From the studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy, Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. It is a Tuesday, the 11th day of February for 2025. Off we go. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, ready to start your day the right way. All of your news, weather, and sports here this morning. A little friendly conversation. We've got snow coming our way. We'll talk about that coming up throughout the hour. But a few things going on in sports we'll hit on today. It was ratings day again. The new AP college basketball polls are out for both the men and women. We'll tell you how your favorite team is doing here this morning. The Nebraska women's basketball team, they were in action last night. They lost to Iowa at home. We'll get some comments from Husker head coach Amy Williams here during this hour. Couple of more contracts for Nebraska football coaches have been released, and our special teams coordinator that we hired is going to be making a lot of money at Nebraska. We'll tell you about that coming up. Legion Baseball is on the slate here today. We got the sites for some state tournaments and area tournaments that will be coming up this summer, and some high school basketball coming your way tonight here on Extreme Sports as Minden will play host to Adams Central. So lots to talk about here today, Tyson, as we get ready to go here for this Tuesday. Football is in the books now with the Super Bowl being played on Sunday, so it's kind of a lull now until we get into the midst of really the college basketball season, getting to some conference tournaments. They'll be wrapping up their regular seasons here in the next couple of weeks, and then on into conference tournaments, and then the big dance. So kind of the lull before the storm again.
Yeah, and yesterday, I mean, I know that the Super Bowl just literally ended like Sunday, right? And so you're thinking that you're not going to see that much of an immediate impact right away. Yesterday you felt it immediately. No Monday Night Football. There wasn't even hockey last night. And then you're thinking, okay, well, college hoops, okay? Your best college game was like Baylor against, I think it was Utah or something like that. Your college hoops wasn't even that great. So selections were pretty poor last night on the tube. Ended up firing some nostalgic video games up, some old school Tiger Woods golf, and played a scramble with one of my buddies. And that's what we call entertainment for a Monday. It's rough out there, sports fans, and it's going to be until about St. Patrick's Day, where you get that magic music intro from CBS, and you fire up March Madness again. And this is the lull. This is spring training starting up. It's practice baseball games. You're getting excited for just hearing the crack of the bat. And waiting for opening day to get here in April. This is the lull. This is February. This is why I can't stand this month. And then on top of that, it's freaking cold outside, man.
Oh, hey. Yeah, step outside. 8 below is the wind chill this morning. We've got north winds at 15 miles per hour, 8 degrees is the temperatures. They head out the door here this morning. And beside all that crap, we've got snow on the way. And we've got some snow on the way. It looks like a lot of the major stuff is going to be to the south of us, but we're going to be hanging in there. I've seen 3 to 6 inches for our area this morning. I've seen upwards of 9 inches just to the south of Hastings, so you never can tell where that line is going to be. Hell, who knows? We might get 2 inches.
Right?
Yeah, we might get 2 inches the way things have been going here lately on predicting how much snow or how much rain we're going to get.
You didn't put the shovel away, did you?
No, the shovel's still leaning against the house.
That's good, because that's you want to get a good dumping of snow. Put that baby in the garage, and then sure as hell we'll get 12 inches of snow coming up. But as long as it's leaning up against the house, I feel confident that will probably hang around in that 3 to 6 margin.
That's still too much.
Still too much.
Yeah, that's still too much. I'm not I'm not in the mood to scoop 6 inches of snow. But it is February, and we haven't really had much this winter.
I get it.
I know, but it is still only February, and we expect to have a little snow.
Here's the thing. I'm not anti-snow so much as anti-walking outside and having your body literally hurt because the wind cuts through you, and all you do is feel just this ice and cold and chilly. I'm okay with 12 inches of snow outside, light fluffy snow, as long as there's not an Arctic blast that literally hurts my face.
Well,
That's the part of winter that I can't stand.
It usually goes hand in hand, doesn't it?
I mean, you can have snow and not horrible temperatures.
Yeah, it's not going to snow and all of a sudden be 50.
I get that. But what I'm saying is it doesn't need to be freaking 18 below.
Yeah. My dog didn't even want to go out this morning the second time.
Can't blame her.
She's in a routine. She gets up when I do, bright and early, so that's her first time. And then usually about 6:30, she wants to go out again for her second time. She didn't even want to go out today.
Can't blame her.
She says, hell no. It was
Too damn cold.
It was too cold the first time I was out. It was too cold the first time you let me out. Why do I want to go out again?
When you got a dog that looks at you and goes, I'd rather hold it, thanks.
I'll just hang out.
I'll just hold it. Be miserable inside.
We'll do it later.
Yeah.
We'll do it later.
By the way, Ryan Martin chiming in on the Hoops game last night, Baylor and Houston. And it was a good game. Houston, good and playing on fire right now.
Yeah, what's wrong with that game? What's wrong with Houston and Baylor?
It just wasn't my cup of tea. Because, top 25 basketball is probably pretty good, but I was, at that point, just said, let's fire up the old golf simulator.
Houston and Baylor, that was all right.
Sure. But it was the lone game. It was the lone good game last night. And it didn't even crack like the top 10 games of the week. There's some good games on college hoops this week. And Nebraska, by the way, are featured in 2 of them.
Well, we got Maryland Thursday.
That's one of them.
Who do they play this weekend?
It's the Creighton game, I should say. The state of Nebraska is featured in 2 of them. We got the Creighton game coming up against St. John's in Nebraska and Maryland. They both made the top 10 list of college hoops games this week. Auburn, Alabama, currently sitting in the 1 spot. So there you go.
Yeah, that's what we got to look
According
forward to.
CBS's Andy Katz.
God, this is gonna be a long week.
This is what you're saying. This is going to be a long week.
This is going to be a long week. Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer is finalizing his staff. He's expected to add Ken Dorsey, the former offensive coordinator with the Buffalo Bills and the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, he's garbage.
Yeah, he's going to be on as the passing game specialist for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm using this today because he was a former Buffalo Bills head coach.
No, he's garbage. Yeah, we shipped his ass out.
All right, Dorsey was fired by the Browns last month as well, after Cleveland ranked 28th in total offense, 32nd in scoring. In 2023, he was the Bills' offensive coordinator, but he was let go during the season. So
that was an in-season firing. That was this is so bad, and we are not going to waste time with it being bad, and you are gone. And their offense immediately got better when we fired him.
All right, now he's going to end up at Dallas.
If you can't make it from Cleveland,
he was fired. He was fired in Cleveland last month.
Ugh.
So now, a former Buffalo and Cleveland guy is going to round out the coaching staff for the Dallas Cowboys under new head coach Brian Schottenheimer.
Prepare for a turbulent flight, Cowboys fans. Offensively, he's a mess.
Well, offensively, the Cowboys are a mess, so they fit right in. Yeah, they fit right in.
2 peas in the pod there.
So that's what you have to look forward to at Dallas. We were talking college basketball. Auburn is the number one ranked team in the new AP men's college basketball poll, despite losing to Florida last week.
Yeah.
It really didn't change the top of the standings this week. It's Auburn, Alabama, and Florida in the top 3 spots, and you've got Duke and Tennessee. Rounding out the top 10 are Houston, Purdue, Texas A&M, St. John's, and Iowa State. Creighton finally cracks the poll. The Jays are in at number 24 this week. UCLA continues to lead the women's poll. Notre Dame second, followed by Texas, South Carolina, and LSU.
There you go. We got some more chime-ins from the Jayhawks faithful. Ryan is keeping us posted on all things Jayhawks. Kansas, Colorado basketball tonight. And apparently Danny Manning, 88 champion and former KU assistant, is returning to Allen Fieldhouse as an opposing assistant coach on the Colorado staff. So some insight there to the Colorado and Kansas Big 12 matchup coming up later on tonight. So there you go.
We're trying to find highlights for tonight.
He's
That's
a
what we're
wealth
trying
of
to do.
information. We have Champions League knockout round soccer going on. In fact, at 2 p.m. this afternoon, if you want to watch on Paramount Plus, if I'm telling you why to watch European soccer, if I'm trying to advertise it, but I can't describe it, and I'm just saying just watch a game for 90 minutes, I would say watch Man City and Real Madrid, and they are playing at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And then
Are you kidding me?
Man City, Real Madrid.
I think I gotta go to the grocery store.
I did that yesterday, by the way.
No,
You know how it's going to be a madhouse, by the way, today. Going to the grocery store.
yeah,
That's the thing.
because everybody got snow in the forecast, and
Yep, they got to make sure they have enough bread and milk to survive.
yeah, it's like
For a day.
we're not gonna be able to get out.
And
Gotta
what
have
would we
milk
do
and-
without a loaf of bread.
Well, that's true though. That's true. The grocery store will be jammed today, and there won't be any milk or bread around,
Yeah, and I don't know what it is about the milk and the bread.
and eggs.
And well, the eggs are already limited as is.
Yeah, those things will all be off of the shelf today, just because we've got snow in the forecast.
Yeah, but what's the hitch behind it? Like, why does everybody immediately gravitate? Oh, I need milk, bread, and eggs.
Well, that's the things you gotta have to get through your day, evidently.
Go to the frozen pizza aisle. I mean, why are the frozen pizzas still stocked up? And
I don't know why people always get a loaf of bread,
yeah,
of bread and milk before a storm.
it's wild. It's absolutely wild. I'm over there like I'm running to make sure that I got enough beer. So I'm hitting the wine and spirits up, and I'm robbing not robbing, but taking 3 or 4 frozen pizzas to make sure I'm stocked up if I have to sit there and be cooped up in the house. We're having pizza and beer. We're not having bread and milk. Like, bleh.
Yeah, what are you gonna go get you some toast? Get you some toast and sit down and watch a little KU basketball.
There you go. Champions League soccer.
So that's what's going on there. Leave us a tweet if you got something on your mind here today, either sports related or not. Leave us something on our social media sites. We'll monitor those and become part of the show here today on Extreme Sports. If you'd like to chime in on the phone, 402-834-1330 is our telephone number. 402-834-1330 is our telephone number to join us here on the show.
Eric Williams chiming in. If Baylor and Houston isn't my cup of tea, there's no way in hell I'm watching European soccer. We have found Eric's limits for sports.
Wow. Who's going to watch that this afternoon? Most people will be working.
I get that.
But if you got the day off, watch some European soccer today.
Although I will say this, and I'll go ahead and blast them. I don't care. Paramount Plus is the worst sports streaming service in all of the sports streaming services. They are horrible. Their navigation system is the least user-friendly thing I have ever seen in my life. If you have to watch sports on Paramount Plus, you are screwed. Good luck. I consider myself somewhat savvy, in the operating these streaming services, Paramount Plus is horrible. It's awful.
But what's the problem?
First of all, you go to the live guide and you click on your game, but you've somehow clicked on a player match cam where they just follow the player around, and all you're trying to do is find the regular Paramount Plus broadcast, and then you finally hit that broadcast, but you can't fast forward to live, and they'll start you like an hour and a half of just this movie background music. Your event will be starting soon. No, it's already started, and I'm trying to fast forward to live, but there's no way I can fast forward to live. So then you sit there and you get aggravated, and you finally just say, you know what, I'll just catch the damn highlights. Screw this service. It is the worst streaming service of all the services.
That doesn't sound right.
Paramount Plus, horrible.
Do they just stream like soccer, or they do other things?
Pretty much primarily soccer at this point. But like for the USA, Team USA, when you're trying to watch them, like their under-17 squad, they played last night. By the way, they scored 22 goals against the Virgin Islands. The U.S. under-17 team did. But if you're like watching World Cup qualifiers, for instance, and they'll broadcast those games, you can't, because it's unnavigable. It's horrible.
Jeez,
and
other people are...
and if we ever move any Big Ten games over to Paramount Plus, I will bitch.
Everybody else has got other things going on in their life, and the only thing you're bitching about is...
It's pretty first world problems, isn't it?
Yeah, Paramount Plus streaming services here this morning.
It's pretty first world problems.
God.
Upon further review, that's me. That's me complaining.
All we can do is complain about that today. Paramount Plus streaming services.
Would you like me to get out my list of
Well,
things
you got
to
more?
complain about?
What else is on your mind today?
Oh, we don't even want to get into it, man. We got into that once before. It didn't go so well.
I know.
We almost threw out a Thanksgiving fight.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. You want to know what else I could complain about?
Why? What did you do yesterday?
It's just the culmination of things.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, 7:17. You're waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. Huddle up on Extreme Sports. Again, chime in. Let us know what's on your mind here today. Drop us a message on one of the social media sites. Whether you're watching us online at x-streamsports.com, maybe on your smartphone with our free mobile app, smart speaker, Roku TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, we're everywhere. And, of course, you can give us a call. 402-834-1330 is our telephone number. We've got high school basketball coming your way tonight. It'll be Adams Central on the road playing at Minden tonight. And because of the impending weather, they have moved up game times. The girls' game will be at 5 tonight. The boys' game will be at 6:30, so that means we're on the air at 4:45 this afternoon. You're on Extreme Sports with Adams Central basketball at Minden. Of course, the Minden girls, very good. We'll see what they can do today against Adams Central. And the boys' game should be a good affair tonight between the Whippets and the Patriots. So we'll have the action for you tonight here on Extreme Sports. Again, make note, 5 o'clock will be the girls' game. 6:30, the guys on there with a pregame show at 4:45 here this afternoon on Extreme Sports. It is now 7:19.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Local news this hour brought to you by the Hastings Federal Credit Union, where they've been lighting the way to financial success since 1946. Hastings Federal Credit Union is proud to be your trusted long-term financial partner, and as a nonprofit financial cooperative, the credit union is owned by the members who join, and joining, well, it's as simple as operating a primary savings account. And with affordable loan rates, mobile banking, and a friendly staff that treats you like family, why would you go anywhere else? That's Hastings Federal Credit Union, 707 North Marion Road, or online at hastingsfcu.org. Hastings Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender. We start off in the City Council chambers, where yesterday the council voted to remove the interim tag and make things official for the fire chief. The council voted unanimously to appoint Troy Vonderstrass to the post. He has served as interim chief since being appointed by the council in October to lead the department after Brad Starling announced his resignation this past summer. And we head over to the state capitol, where yesterday in the Education Committee, school funding has once again taken center spotlight. Last year, Governor Jim Pillen and state senators proposed big changes in how the state pays for schools, but those changes ran into a wall of opposition from groups whose taxes would have been raised too high. The proposals discussed yesterday more scaled back one of the bills by Senator Jana Hughes would lower the top property tax rate that schools can charge, which could save the owner of a $200,000 home about $50 on their property taxes. That, however, assuming their valuation doesn't rise, which has been a constant trend over the last few years. Hughes described the proposal, however, as a little bite off a big problem. It's now 7:20. Mike, we'll swing things back over your way on the Eastern Studios. What's happening in sports?
Well, the Nebraska women's basketball team lost to Iowa 81-66 last night at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Alberta Rimdahl scored a season-high 20 points off of the bench for the Huskers. Lucy Olson had 32.6 rebounds and 7 assists for the Hawkeyes. Nebraska has now lost 3 games in a row. They'll fall to 16-8 on the season, 7-6 in the conference. They'll play host to Maryland on Thursday. Tip-off will be at 5:30 on BTN. Nebraska's special teams coordinator Mike Eckler will make $625,000 in 2025. Eckler made $575,000 at Tennessee, while Ed Foley, Nebraska's special teams coordinator in 2023 and 2024, made $550,000. Meanwhile, Nebraska offensive line coach Donovan Raiola has received a pay bump from $500,000 last season to $650,000 this year. He had a salary of $325,000 in 2022. Nebraska linebackers coach Rob Dvorak also received a $150,000 pay raise from $300,000 to $450,000. Contracts for a couple other coaches are not yet known. Defensive line coach Terry Bratton, who's coming over from Kansas City, and running backs coach E.J. Barthel, their contracts are not yet available. Hastings College basketball teams will play host to Concordia tomorrow night. Women's game will be at 6. The men to follow at 7:45. We'll have the action on Extreme Sports beginning with a pregame show at 5:45. Papillion South and Grand Island will host the Seniors Class A State American Legion baseball tournaments this summer. Area tournaments will be held at Omaha Scott, Millard South, Elkhorn South, Omaha West Side, Lincoln, and North Platte. The Class A Junior State Tournament will be in Omaha at Creighton Prep. Area tournaments for the juniors this year will be at Elkhorn North, Millard North, Papillion La Vista, Gretna East, Fremont, Lincoln, and Kearney. The seniors Class B state tournaments will be in Auburn and in Minden. The Class C tournament will be in Sutton this year. The Class B junior state tournament will be in Goering, and Malcolm will host the Class C junior state tournament. Again, in high school basketball tonight, Adams Central will play at Minden. Game times have been moved up because of the impending snow. Girls game at 5 today, the boys at 6:30. Pregame show at 4:45 this afternoon here on Extreme Sports. So that's what we got going as far as the weather is concerned today. No, as far as the sports is concerned, you check your sports headlines, looking for the weather. And Tim Jones will have it for you. It's 7:24 here on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones. A winter weather advisory is in effect later on today into Wednesday because of snow and blowing snow and also accumulating snow. Hey everybody, Tim Jones, Nebraska Weather TV. Today on Tuesday, a high of only 15 degrees. We'll see winds gusting up to 25 miles per hour. Periodic snow throughout the day, but the best chances will be later on tonight into the overnight hours and through Wednesday. Overall, about 3 to 6 inches of accumulating snow. Behind the storm, overnight Wednesday night, -9, 22 for the high on Thursday and 35 on Friday.
Right now, as you wake up, get going, we've got north winds at 15, 8 degrees in Hastings. The wind chill is at -8 at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Extreme Sports has been bringing you the exclusive home of Hastings College Athletics, and we're just getting started. Thanks to our incredible sponsors and your support, Extreme Sports 2 has been a huge success, and now we're excited to announce the launch of Extreme Sports 3. With Extreme Sports 3, you'll get even more local sports coverage. Plus, 24/7 access to Sports by Line, where you'll hear the best in national sports talk. Whether it's Hastings College, high school action, or the latest from around the sports world, we've got it covered across all 3 streams. And don't forget, when we're not broadcasting games, join us weekday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. for Huddle Up with Mike Will and Tyson Havronik. It's the perfect way to start your day with sports, news, weather, and great local interviews. So tune in, check out all 3 streams, and stay with us for even more sports coverage coming soon. Thank you to our sponsors for making it all possible, and to you, our listeners, for keeping Extreme Sports strong.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson Havronik, Tuesday here, ready to start your day. Thanks for joining us here on Huddle Up.
Yeah, rolling on some Tuesday, and I wanted to pass this along. And Erica had mentioned it in the comments over on Twitch. We had some breaking news go over last night at Northwest High School. Matt Fritchie, the athletic director, has announced that he's going to be heading over to Gretna Public Schools. He'll be heading to Gretna East So the Northwest Vikings will be in search of a new athletic director. I think he's been there since 2020, if memory serves me correctly. So Matt Fritchie stepping away from the Vikings. And then Jim wants to know, if we can get into the discussion, if the government does away with the penny, as they say they're going to do casinos do away with penny slots? Begs the question.
That's a good question, Jim.
Do casinos do away with penny slots if we do away with the penny?
But we don't really pay.
No.
We really don't play with pennies.
We play with a 20, and the machine goes, whoop, thank you very much, and you press 2 buttons, and then you put in another 20, and it goes, whoop, bidi-bidi-boop, and then you press 2 more buttons, and it needs another 20, and that's what we play with.
Yeah, so we really don't play it penny at a time, so to speak. We play it like
you could, I guess, if you wanted to. One penny,
that's
one
a good
credit.
Question. If we don't have any pennies, how can we play penny slots? And I was thinking about that yesterday. How is that going to work?
Do away with the pennies?
Yeah.
You have to change like all of the taxes to make sure they round up to either 5 or 0, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, your entire tax structure would have to change.
So it's just not, we're going to eliminate the penny, which we probably should have done a long time ago. But how's all this?
Long time ago.
Well, I think Canada.
Yep.
Canada doesn't have any. Of course, we're going to adopt them as our 51st state. So they don't have any pennies up there, and they're even talking about getting rid of the nickel. Hell, they might as well get rid of all the change then.
Well, then if you get rid of the...
Yeah, I don't know how all this is going to work.
You got 5, 10, 25. Like, we need some sort of increments to...
Oh, let's raise the prices.
We can't.
Everybody will just have to raise their prices so we don't have to deal in pennies or nickels.
Hey, poor guy over here can't afford anything. Quit raising prices, please.
Oh, but it's going to be the convenience of not having to screw with a penny.
Oh, the convenience factor. Yeah, well, to be honest, like, we haven't, I don't know, I work in a couple different establishments. We have not used pennies, like, to count back change. We round up. If it's a few cents off, like, we're not worried about the drawer. If it's just a cents off. So, yeah, we've already kind of migrated and moved away from the penny anyways.
The convenience stores, they've always got all those pennies out in that little dish.
Yeah.
And all the steel one out of here.
And it's more full than it ever has been. Like, it's just sitting there with pennies to round up if your gas is like $29 and you have, what?
Buy a soda.
If it's like $29.14 and you're rolling in and you have $29 and you're like searching and searching and searching and they're like, I'll just grab a handful of these pennies, it'll be okay. Yeah. Round up.
Yeah,
we're already a round up society anyways, so.
I don't know how it's all going to work. So much for the
slot surprisingly costs more than the price to make a penny. The slot.
Well, like it costs like 4 cents to make a penny.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I think it's a good idea. Get rid of the penny, but how's that all going to work? So much for the $6.99 meal deals.
Yeah, they're out. It says got to round up to $7.
$7. That doesn't have the same ring to it, though.
No.
A $6.99 meal deal sounds a lot better than a $7.
And is that going to change like all your food and beverage taxes and your luxury taxes that apparently they've imposed now on like everything? Good Lord. You ever look behind the gas station counter? And I know you're not a big smoker, and I know you're not. But have you ever looked at the price of cigarettes lately? Holy crap, dude.
They're going up?
They're freaking $10. $10. A couple years ago, they were like $5.84. Now they're $10.
Yesterday, we put a tariff on aluminum.
Why?
You know what's that's going to cause the beer prices to go up.
Oh, son of a...
Well, it is. You got aluminum cans.
What are we putting a tariff on aluminum for? Why?
Because we're putting tariffs on everything.
Jesus
everything.
Christ.
Aluminum cans.
Dude, raise my price of beer, and that's when I'll fight. I've been sitting here idly by, just being okay.
Beer's going up anyway.
Oh, you raised beer. Oh, now we're mad as hell.
Beer's going up anyway. Beer's been on the increase.
We will resist. We will fight back. Don't raise my beer prices.
Yeah, aluminum's going up.
Jesus.
We talked Nebraska basketball. The Husker women, they lost yesterday to Iowa. It was on the tube last night. Watched a little bit of that. 81-66. Huskers beaten by Iowa. Head coach Amy Williams talked to us after the ball game.
Just a disappointing loss. I know that there's a lot of frustration from our team. We didn't play the way we need to on either side of the ball. I thought Iowa came in and made things really difficult for us. And then we knew that with a player like Lucy Olsen, you got to get off to a really good start and be kind of locked in on her. But if she sees the ball go through the basket early, she becomes really hard to guard. And she was really, really hard to guard today.
Yeah, Lucy, she had 32.6 rebounds and 7 assists for the Hawkeyes.
She can put the ball on the floor, right hand, left hand, and create contact at the basket and get herself to the free throw line, get to the rim. She's got a great mid-range game, but today she went 4 for 7 from the three-point line on top of that. And I think, that ability to be kind of just the three-level scorer, pretty deceptive, is what's hard to guard.
Huskers have now lost 3 games in a row, and the coach says her team just needs to find a way to win.
I think that we've seen great response out of our team in certain moments through this season and in moments of adversity, like, the key injuries that we've seen happen when Natalie Potts went down early in the season and finding a way to kind of rally around that. And when Allison Widener went down with season-ending injury and our response after that. And so I think there's been some times where adversity has hit that we've found a way to try to bounce back and come together and lean on each other. And that response will be important here moving forward.
Huskers last night took only 17 three-point field goals in the ball game against the Hawkeyes.
Teams are really trying to take that away from us hard. We were just a few games ago, I don't know if we still are, but we were leading the league in three-point field goals made in games. And so I think people are coming in and really trying to take that away from us or make those looks a lot harder for us. And we just need to stay aggressive and then have confidence and step up and knock some of those shots down.
So the Huskers coming up on the short end of things last night, losing to Iowa 81-66. Nebraska has lost 3 games in a row. They're now sitting at 16-8 on the season, 7-6 in the conference. They're going to play host to Maryland on Thursday. Tip-off will be at 5:30 on BTN.
There you go. And, the very similar situation to what the men's program was going through, just having a hell of a time finding a way to get a win. The last 2 games haven't really looked good at all for the Nebraska women's basketball team, but you got to continue to trust the process. You got to continue to trust what gets you here. You look at the men, and they went through that 6-game skid, and things got to be tough, on the practice court, in the locker room. It's got to be a tough atmosphere when you're going through the crap like that. But if you just trust in the process, trust what got you there, and continue to work hard to get back to that level, things will swing around. Things turn around. So hopefully we can get things turned around soon here as Nebraska gets set for the matchup this weekend.
Yeah, I thought they were well on their way to maybe getting a postseason berth on the women's side of things, but now we're kind of on the bubble, I think, for the women too.
Yep.
Sitting at 16-8. Really don't have any big wins here down the stretch. 7-6 in the conference, so they might have to scratch out a win, a big time win here down the stretch to maybe make the NCAA tournament for the women. So I saw the guys this morning. Guys are still in the tournament.
Okay. Latest projections?
The Huskers a projected number 10 seed heading to the Western Regional.
Nice.
I don't know how they got that all figured out, but a projected number 10 seed, and we're heading to the Western Regional.
I'll take that.
Yeah, we still got a long way to go.
Long way to go. A lot of basketball yet to be played. We still haven't even got to the conference side of things, and once you get into that, that's when things really start to shake up. So again, just continue to keep your head down and TCOB, take care of business, and we'll see how things shake out. But I'm okay with 10 seed.
402-834-1330 is our telephone number. If you'd like to join us here today, anything on your mind, sports related or not, 402-834-1330. If you'd like to leave us a message on one of our social media sites, like a lot of people are doing here this morning, you can do that as well. What about, we talked about the salaries for the Nebraska football coaches. Mm-hmm. Donovan Raiola, the offensive, who the hell's calling me?
That's your phone, not my phone. That's the wrong phone line.
Yeah, I don't know who's calling me.
Pick it up, put it on speaker.
No, I don't think you want to. No, we don't want to talk to these people. Anyway, Donovan Raiola, he was making $325,000 in 2022. They raised his salary to $500,000 last season. Now he's making $650,000.
All right, not a bad gig.
Well, we have a quarterback with the same last name. You think that's
think that has something to do with it?
Maybe some enticement to keep everybody in their positions?
These sports salaries, man, like they're getting ridiculous. But I mean, across the board, with the NIL deals now and the coaches' salaries, and now you're just to be competitive with the Joneses. You saw what Penn State was able to do and lure away the Ohio State's defensive coordinator. Yeah,
we're not even close to those salaries.
No, we're not even scratching the surface. But yeah,
Mike Eckler, he's going to make $625,000. He made $575,000 at Tennessee. Ed Foley, the previous special teams coordinator, he was making $550,000 at Nebraska. So now the special teams coordinator going to make $625,000.
Well, just moving on up. But yeah, I mean, you go back to the Raiola question, right? Obviously, you got a quarterback with the same last name that's there right now, and got a quarterback with the same last name that's going to be coming up in the future too. So we're gonna see a lot of it. So I get the pay raise. I get it.
Yeah,
he helped land that whole thing and make that thing go. So
yeah, well, I'm sure everybody's stays in their same position, huh?
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah, just raise your salary from $325,000 to $650,000. You happy? Happy for now? And that's not $6.
We're going to do that on this side too.
That's not. On this side is $6.50. Not $650,000. It's $6.50. I'll bring you up from $3.25 up to $5 an hour, and now $6.50. So it's on a smaller scale. But you should be happy with your pay raise.
Should be able to afford a beer.
Hell, I don't think you can anymore. Not even at $6.50.
Good Lord, did you see some of the Super Bowl prices, by the way? As long as we're on that topic, for the beer?
Well, I saw the concession stand.
The menu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like nachos were like $36.
Okay, so if you scrolled on down on that menu, they had, at least the one I saw, they had 3 options for beer. They had domestic, which was either Bud Light or Michelob Ultra. For $17, you could get a Bud Light or Michelob Ultra, and then if you felt like being really classy and being classy at the Super Bowl, you could have gotten import, which was Stella, and Stella alone. Only one import was offered, and it was Stella or Puke, as I call it. For $24, you could have had a pint of Stella at the Super Bowl.
A pint?
16
ounces. $24?
$24. You can get a case of that crap for $24.
No wonder we can't afford to go to the Super Bowl.
Jiminy Christmas. $17 for a Michelob Ultra. $17 for essentially barley water. Give me a break.
Well, what is it like at football games or baseball games. I haven't been like in a stadium like that for a while. What is it like down at Royal Stadium? What's the beer cost?
It's pricey. Like I think $6 maybe. $6 to $8 for your standard 16-ouncer, and then I guess I was being a little bit more on the classy side. I was getting the craft beer. We found this like brew pub inside Busch Stadium. Oh, it was amazing, and it was right behind our seats. And they did like the IPAs and stuff that I actually enjoy drinking, and not just barley water. And so I was visiting them quite a bit, and they were like towards 10, but
$10.
I'll do that all day.
Not 24
all day versus 24.
$24.
24 for again. It's not the fact that it was 24. It was 24 for the product that you were getting. It was 24 for a crap import product.
Well, people probably bought it at the Super Bowl.
Who buys a $24 Stella?
Obviously somebody did, or they wouldn't be selling it.
I get that, but
people that go to the Super Bowl, it's like people going to Vegas. They don't care how much it costs. They don't care how much it costs. Just give me a damn beer.
Beer mathematics, man, it doesn't add up. You're not getting the value. I'd raise the fuss.
Give me some beer and just give me some damn chicken wings, will you? That's all I need if I'm standing in line.
I'd have been sober for the Super Bowl. I wouldn't have paid that much for a Stella.
But you had other choices.
You didn't. You had Bud Light or Michelob Ultra.
Yeah?
I'd have drank a Coke.
No, you wouldn't have.
No, I would have.
No, you wouldn't have.
With God as my witness, with those three options, I would have gone sober for the Super Bowl and had a Coke.
Really?
With those three options at those three prices.
What are the three options again? Stella,
Bud Light,
and
Ultra, and Stella.
Yeah, I'd be hard-pressed to find something there.
Yeah.
I don't know if I might be able to drink a Bud Light.
Blech.
I might be able to. If that's the only choices I had, and I wanted a beer at the Super Bowl.
$12 for a Busch Light in Vegas. Yeah. I remember going to Vegas.
Oh, yeah, the prices out there, they're not cheap anymore either.
Yeah, I remember used to these like dollar beer nights that we used to have on Mondays,
Long
like you're talking about here in the central part, right? South Central Nebraska. And so here's the South Central Nebraska boy packing up and going to the big city for the first time. Gets to the Rain Bar at Luxor. Goes up, sees Busch Light, thinks, okay, well, I'm going to save a few dollars here. I'm going to get a Busch Light. That'll be $12, sir. What? I'm sorry, this is $1 back where I come from?
$12.
$12.
How do we get on this?
That's a great question.
How do we get on the concession prices?
It saw in my Facebook feed. I was going to make a mention of it. I don't know how we got there, though.
Oh, we're talking about pennies and stuff.
Yeah, that was before the break. Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know how we got on.
We took a turn. Coaching salaries, that was it.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about coaching salaries and somehow made it to concession prices.
Yeah, talking about beer prices.
Oh, because you gave me a raise. That's right.
From $6.50.
Yeah. By the way, today, National Guitar Day today, for all you guitar people out there. I don't know if that is like air guitar included, which is what I play. I'm a damn good air guitar player. We have Safer Internet Day. We have National Inventors Day, Peppermint Patty Day, and National Shut-In Visitation Day today. So there you go. Highlight is Guitar Day.
God. Yeah,
You ever play a musical instrument, by the way? I don't think I've ever asked this. Do you ever play a musical instrument?
I don't think I have. You
Other
did.
than like the recorder, right? Like you did the recorder thing in the grade school?
Yeah.
Little hot cross buns probably at one point in time.
But you were like a trumpet guy, weren't you?
Yeah, I was brass. I was a brass player. Trumpet player. I played some drums a time or two in my day. I fiddled with the guitar. I dabble with the guitar.
I guess I always wanted to be a drummer.
Yeah.
But really never pursued my interest in maybe becoming a drummer.
Yeah, it's fun. I was like,
Yeah.
I played the bass drum for a while because what happened was I
Is that one of those big old drums like
where you just did
like you're in the parade?
boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. Yep. So what happened was I broke my arm and wrist
Playing the
down
drum?
No. Like falling down the stairs, I broke my arm and wrist one time when I was in middle school, and so I couldn't play the trumpet because my arm is, it just didn't work. And so they had me play the bass drum with just like my left hand while holding like the right side, and I could keep the beat with the bass drum. So that's when I played the bass drum. Yep. It's essentially like it was like the gift of like the triangle in the grand scheme of the orchestra. But yeah, got to keep the beat with the bass drum. And I've dabbled with the guitar.
Did you ever have to play the triangle in grade school?
No, nope. Never did the triangle.
Is that the Zonk prize?
It's kind of, yeah. That's sort of like you really want to be in the band, but you're not really that talented, so here's the triangle.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Zonk prize. You're in the band class.
Yep.
And Tyson, here, you could play the triangle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like when you go up and you want to play in a band that's at a bar and they give you a tambourine to keep the beat. Yeah, same feels. Same feels.
The tambourine.
Song prize. Daytona 500 starts qualifying tomorrow. Apparently.
Who chimed in with that?
Jim.
Jim did.
Daytona qualifying starts tomorrow. He says.
Yeah, what is today? Tuesday? Yeah, they're going to run the twin 125s on Thursday, I think.
Okay.
And then they got kind of a goofy qualification for this week.
Is this the qualifying that they've tried to take the Formula One model, where they qualify and they all race around, and then like the bottom 10 get eliminated?
No, I think this is the twin 125s. I think they run time trials.
Okay.
They run time trials and they set that up for the twin 125s, and how you do there sets you up in the race on.
Yeah, because I know like one NASCAR race they're trying to steal like the Formula One model. At least on one race I saw them using it last year.
Yeah, they do that occasionally.
Yep.
So I don't know how they.
There you go.
I think it changes every week how you qualify.
up to the discretion of the NASCAR commissioner. Let's say that.
Anyway, yeah, Daytona 500 this weekend.
There you go.
We can drink the leftover Jell-O shots that we didn't drink at the Super Bowl because the Chiefs didn't score enough to. That's what happened. We had a whole big old plate full of Jell-O shots, thinking the Chiefs were going to line up the scoreboard. And we obviously have a lot of Jell-O shots left.
You telling me you're throwing a Daytona 500 party?
Oh, Amber probably will.
Listen, if there's Jell-O shots involved, I'm there. I don't watch NASCAR or anything, but what else are you going to watch? That's the problem. There's nothing else on.
Yeah, for this weekend.
Baseball spring training, maybe? I don't know. I might get...
No, they're not in full swing yet, are they?
Well, pitchers and catchers reported.
Yeah, but you need more than just pitchers and catchers.
They start Friday.
Really? The rest of the team show up, and all of a sudden...
I think they'll start Friday. No, maybe it's next Friday.
Yeah, it can't be yet. Daytona 500 is this weekend. All right.
When does spring training start? Anyways.
All right, 7:53. We got to sneak in another news update here on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Since 1946, Hastings Federal Credit Union has been a part of the Hastings community, and it's community that is at the heart of everything they do. Where you can get from point A to point B and everywhere in between with a low-rate vehicle loan. Whether you're committed to camping or love living the lake life, you can count on the credit union to finance your next big toy. They even do personal loans for life's little curveballs. So with the affordable low rates, the convenient repayment options, and a friendly local staff that knows you by name, Why don't you see for yourself what the credit union difference is all about? That's Hastings Federal Credit Union, 707 North Marion Road, or online, hastingsfcu.org. Hastings Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender. We'll start off this morning at the state capitol in the Education Committee, where school funding took the center stage. Last year, Governor Jim Pillen and state senators proposed big changes in how the state pays for schools, but those proposals ran into a wall of oppositions from groups whose taxes would have been raised too high. The proposals discussed yesterday are more scaled back. One bill in particular by Senator Jana Hughes would lower the top property tax rate schools can charge. That could save the owner of a $200,000 home about $50 on their property taxes. However, that's assuming the valuation doesn't continue to rise. Hughes described the proposal as a little bite off a big problem. And congratulations are in order to Troy Vonderstrass. After yesterday, the Hastings City Council voted to remove the interim tag and make things official for the fire chief. Council voting unanimously to appoint Troy Vonderstrass to the post. He has served as interim chief since being appointed by the council in October to lead the department after Brad Starling announced his resignation this past summer. 5 minutes until 8 o'clock. Let's back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's happening in sports?
Well, Auburn retains its top spot in the latest Associated Press Men's College basketball poll. Despite losing to Florida last week, the Tigers are 21-2 on the season. Alabama is second, followed by Florida, Duke, and Tennessee. Rounding out the top 10 are Houston, Purdue, Texas A&M, St. John's, and Iowa State. Creighton is in at number 24. UCLA leads the women's poll. Notre Dame is second, followed by Texas, South Carolina, and LSU. The Nebraska women's basketball team lost to Iowa 81-66 last night at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Alberta Rimdahl scored a season-high 20 points off of the bench for the Huskers. Lucy Olson had 32.6 rebounds and 7 assists for the Hawkeyes. Nebraska has now lost 3 games in a row. The fall is 16-8 on the season, 7-6 in the conference. They'll play host to Maryland on Thursday. Tip-off will be at 5:30 on BTN. Nebraska's special teams coordinator Mike Eckler will make $625,000 in 2025. He made $575,000 at Tennessee. Well, Ed Foley, Nebraska's special teams coordinator in 2023 and 2024, made $550,000. Meanwhile, Nebraska offensive line coach Donovan Raiola has received a pay bump from $500,000 last season to $650,000 this year. He had a salary of $325,000 in 2022. And Nebraska linebackers coach Rob Dvorak also received a $150,000 pay raise from $300,000 to $450,000 this season. Hastings College basketball teams will play Concordia tomorrow night at Lynn Farrell Arena. Women's game will be at 6 with the men to follow at 7:45. We'll have the action on Extreme Sports beginning with a pregame at 5:45. Papillion South and Grand Island will host the Seniors Class A State American Legion baseball tournaments this summer. Area tournaments will be held at Omaha Scott, Millard South, Elkhorn South, Omaha Westside, Lincoln, and North Platte. The Class A Junior State Tournament will be at Omaha Creighton Prep. Area tournaments for the juniors will be at Elkhorn North, Millard North, Papillion La Vista, Gretna East, Fremont, Lincoln, and Kearney. The Seniors Class B State Tournament will be in Auburn and Minden this year. The Class C State Tournament will be in Sutton. The Class B Junior State Tournament will be in Gering. And Malcolm will be the host for the Class C Junior State Tournament. High school basketball tonight. Adams Central will play at Minden. Game times have been moved up because of the impending weather. Girls game will be at 5 this afternoon. The boys to follow at 6:30. Pre-game show will be at 4:45 this afternoon here on Extreme Sports. To check on your sports headlines at 7:58 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
A winter weather advisory is in effect later on today into Wednesday because of snow and blowing snow and also accumulating snow. Hey everybody, Tim Jones, Nebraska Weather TV. Today on Tuesday, a high of only 15 degrees. We'll see winds gusting up to 25 miles per hour. Periodic snow throughout the day, but the best chances will be later on tonight into the overnight hours and through Wednesday. Overall, about 3 to 6 inches of accumulating snow. Behind the storm, overnight Wednesday night, -9, 22 for the high on Thursday and 35 on Friday.
Right now, we've got north winds at 15, 8 degrees in Hastings. The wind chill is at -8 at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
All right, Mike Will and Tyson Ravonic here for this Tuesday morning. Again, we got snow on the way today and cold temps with what Tim was calling for 3 to 6 inches of snow in the immediate area. If you're heading south, down around the border, maybe into Kansas, they're expecting up to 9-10 inches of snow down that way. So be prepared for some wintry type of weather. The move through the area could have snow on and off throughout the day today. But again, we'll have basketball tonight with Adams Central and Minden beginning at 4:45 this afternoon for the pregame show. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking to Jimmy Purcell, who kind of heads up the Pheasants Forever banquet. That banquet is coming up on Saturday in Hastings, so we're going to get Jimmy on the show tomorrow to talk about Pheasants Forever. Jim Slacker, he's standing by. He can't wait for Friday.
He's going to be on for Fauner.
Yeah, he's going to be on and talk about the opening of the Fauner Park racing season. Gets underway on Saturday. Hopefully, you won't have a whole bunch of snow this week.
That would be like clockwork, however. Opening weekend for Fauner is always kind of a crummy weekend weather-wise, or at least historically has been. I think last year was a beautiful weekend for opening weekend. But they've historically had some crummy weather. 10 million, by the way. That's the number of drops the Super Bowl had from the previous year. 123 million in 24 to 113 million people putting eyeballs on the Super Bowl in 2025. I think some of that had to do with second verse same as the first. We've seen these two teams before, maybe. I don't know. But 10 million people less watch the Super Bowl.
I wonder how many people fell off by about midway through the second quarter.
That's also true. Game in hand.
The score was 17-0 or whatever it was, 24-0 at halftime or whatever. And then after the halftime entertainment that nobody liked, I wonder what the second half for the Super Bowl viewership was.
Couldn't have been that. It could have been high.
No. Yeah. After the score was well out of hand, and then that stupid Super Bowl halftime show. That you were the only person I've met that really enjoyed it.
I don't know. Like, that Facebook post is still getting likes, man. People are on my side.
I can't believe that.
I'm not the only one on the I have one over here.
I bet the second half.
I bet
100 million, maybe.
Nosedive. Yeah.
So anyway, that's what we got going the rest of the week. Again, basketball tonight. Hopefully we can slide one in before the weather gets here. There's nothing in the tube tonight, you said? Just college basketball.
Tonight, you were talking.
Oh, we got Ryan Martin. He told us.
Yeah, you got Kansas, Colorado.
Yeah.
Top 25 action. Let's see. Includes. We're doing this here. There we go. Top 25 action. Oh, your SEC heavy tonight. Tennessee, Kentucky on ESPN. That starts at 6. You've got Florida, Mississippi State. That is also a 6 o'clock start on ESPN2. The number 1 team is in action tonight. They're taking on Vanderbilt, so Auburn and Vandy. And a top 25 battle in the Big Ten, also at 6, but it's on Peacock. And you know how much I love streaming services and their sports coverage.
Well, Peacock's all right, isn't it?
UConn, Creighton, CBS Sports Network tonight, 8 o'clock, if you're still up and watching some hoops. So plenty of college basketball on tonight. Should be a good night for hoops.
All right, so that's what's going on. That's your TV viewing here tonight. Again, we'll have basketball on the air here on Extreme Sports. We'll do this again tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., so join us. If you'd like to listen to this show again, you can. Just go to our podcast section anywhere on our social media sites. You'll find a spot where you can listen to us again. If you're on Roku TV, there's a spot on there that you can listen to this show again, time and time again, if you'd like to, throughout the day. Got to bide your time here today. But we'll be back again tomorrow morning at 7.